BlackFacts.com presents Native American Icons, Pocahontas. Pocahontas was the daughter of Powhatan, the leader of an alliance of about 30 Algonquian-speaking groups and petty chiefdoms in Tidewater, Virginia known as Tsenacomica. She was born around 1595 and was the favorite of her father. However, she was not a princess in the sense of inheriting a political station. Like most young females, she learned how to forage for food and firewood, farm, and build thatched houses. Her mother's identity is unknown. Like many Algonquian-speaking Virginia Indians of the period, Pocahontas probably had several names, to be used in various contexts. She was named Amanuta at birth and went by the name Matoka. She also earned the nickname Pocahontas, which means playful one, because of her cheery and inquisitive nature. Pocahontas was linked to the English colonists through Captain Smith, who arrived in Virginia with more than 100 other settlers in April 1607. The Englishmen had numerous encounters over the next several months with the Tsenacomica Indians. While exploring the Chickahominy River in December of that year, Smith was captured by a hunting party, led by Powhatan's close relative Opechancanough. He was then brought to Powhatan's home at Werowocomoco. Smith has written the dramatic act of selflessness which would become legendary. At the minute of my execution, she hazarded the beating out of her own brains to save mine, and not only that but so prevailed with her father, that I was safely conducted to Jamestown. Smith further embellished this story in his General History, written years later. Early histories established that Pocahontas befriended Smith and assisted the Jamestown colony. She often visited the settlement. When the colonists were starving, every once in 4 or 5 days, Pocahontas with her attendants brought them plenty provision. This saved many lives that had long suffered from starvation and hunger. In late 1609, John Smith returned to England for medical care. The English told the Indians that Smith was dead. According to the colonist William Strachey, Pocahontas married a warrior called Kokum. Pocahontas' capture occurred during the First Anglo-Powhatan War. Patawimonks, a northern group that dubious loyalty to Powhatan tricked and kidnapped Pocahontas. They were holding her for ransom, demanding the release of English prisoners and supplies owned by Powhatan. Pocahontas remained in captivity when Powhatan failed to satisfy the colonists' demands. During captivity, minister named Alexander Whitaker helped her to improve her English by reading the Bible. Whitaker baptized Pocahontas with a new, Christian name, Rebecca. Pocahontas met John Rolfe during her year in captivity. Rolfe, a pious farmer, had lost his wife and child on the journey over to Virginia. He wrote to the governor requesting permission to wed Pocahontas. He expressed both his love for her and his belief he would be saving her soul through the institution of Christian marriage. Rolfe and Pocahontas married on April 5, 1614, and lived for 2 years on Rolfe's farm. On January 30, 1615, Pocahontas gave birth to Thomas Rolfe. Their marriage created a period of peace between the colonists and Powhatan. Pocahontas became a symbol of Indian religious conversion, one of the stated goals of the Virginia Company. The company decided to bring Pocahontas to England as a symbol of the tamed New World savage. Pocahontas traveled to England in 1616, arriving at the port of Plymouth on June 12 with a small group of indigenous Virginians. Although Pocahontas was not a princess in the context of Powhatan culture, the Virginia Company nevertheless presented her as a princess to the English public. The inscription on a 1616 engraving of Pocahontas, made for the Virginian Company, read, Matoka, alias Rebecca, daughter of the most powerful prince of the Powhatan Empire of Virginia. Pocahontas was treated well in London. She was brought before the king in Whitehall Palace during a performance of Ben Jonson's The Vision of Delight. In March 1617, the Rolfes boarded a ship to return to Virginia. The ship had only gone as far as Gravesend when Pocahontas fell ill. She was taken ashore, where she died, possibly of pneumonia or tuberculosis. Her funeral took place on March 21, 1617, in the parish of St. George's. Learn Black History, teach Black History at BlackFacts.com.